Hi, I'm Toby from abletondrummer.com, and I'm going to guide you through how you can start setting up Ableton Live and connect through MIDI. First, if you have installed Ableton Live already, and if you're already an advanced Ableton Live user, you can probably skip this chapter. We're just going to cover how you set up your audio preferences here. So, when you have Ableton Live installed and you open Ableton Live, you want to go into Ableton Live settings. So this will look a little bit different on Windows. On a Windows computer, I will cover that after I show you that on a Mac. So if you go to Live and then go to the settings here, you want to access the audio tab, and in the audio tab you can select where your audio from Ableton Live should be sent out to. So you can use your native speakers here if you don't have an external sound card connected. Obviously an external sound card gives your audio changing analog to digital a little bit more headroom here. It works fine on the current MacBooks out there, so that's fine if you don't have an external sound card. What you should know in both ways, that if you have some problems here, some cracks, or the sound is not sounding really good, you can change your buffer size here, and you want to set up a higher buffer size here. So this gives your computer a little bit more headroom to change the digital to analog signal here. So if you set this up very high, then you will get a lot of latency as well on the same time. So you have to try out and check what values are the best here for you. So it's actually quite easy just to set this up. So you should be fine with your MacBook speakers or with your plugged in MacBook headphones here. If you want to use your mini jack output, plug it into a PA for your session to play with Connect through MIDI. So on Windows, the whole thing looks a little bit different. So on a Windows computer, you can see you will find the settings under options here, and then you go the same to the audio tab. And on Windows, there is usually an inbuilt driver here, and you can select your output. This way, it should automatically select this output here as well. Same goes for the buffer size here. If you want to use a different audio driver here, there is an audio driver called ASIO for All. I will include a link in the online manual here, so you can use this one for a little bit better audio out performance here as well. So another really important thing is to turn off the automatic updates on Ableton Live, because that could lead to some issues when you're running a session and Ableton Live wants to update in the background here. So when you go in your preferences to license and update, under maintenance, you will find get automatic updates, and you want to set this to ask me. So this way you will get a notification if a new version of Ableton Live is available, and you can decide yourself when would be the right point to update.